Hey everybody, it's Greg Harrelson here with Century 21, the Harrelson Group. And of course, I want to just talk about the status of the current real estate market in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Of course, when I mention Myrtle Beach, I'm talking about the entire Grand Strand, all the way up from Little River, all the way down to Polly's Island, and even as far south as Georgetown, and then out west towards Conway. So that's kind of the makeup of what we call the Myrtle Beach real estate market in general. So I want to talk about what's going on in the market, because the reality is the market is shifting. Now, when we hear market is shifting, the market is changing, we don't need to be too alarmed and start to think, oh my gosh, the market is crashing, because that's a totally different conversation. And by no means will I be declaring that the market is crashing at any level. But it is interesting that we are starting to use words like shift and change. But I want to share with you what's really going on in the market. Of course, I'm Greg Harrelson, and you probably get updates from me from time to time. And if you ever have any questions regarding anything that I share with you today, or any previous videos or future videos, I welcome you to just reach out to me. I'm going to start with the condo market. Okay, so the condo market, just looking at some of the data that I have pulled up here, the condo market is probably the market that's seeing the most change. So I'll give you some data points. These are just facts. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just kind of interpreting the data. I don't make up the data. Condo inventory in Myrtle Beach right now in the last 12 months is up around 104%. Now, that's an extraordinary number. That is a very high number. Keep in mind that a year ago, condo inventory was extremely low. So, it doesn't take a lot of movement to see big increases in percentages, but we are starting to notice that inventory is starting to pile up, and it is becoming a concern. There are buildings that'll have 20 condos for sale, and maybe only one is pending. I even know of a building right now that there's about 40 condos for sale in just one building alone, and only one of them's under contract. So, I don't have a crystal ball to tell you, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen. But when we see inventory increases up and down the Grand Strand when it comes to condos, whether they're golf course condos, oceanfront, ocean view, or close to the ocean, it's really affecting and impacting condos in general. The oceanfront smaller units are probably having the biggest impact, but overall the inventory is up 104% right now in the last 12 months. That really means that because of all the inventory that's piling up, we have about a 5-month supply, a little bit over a 5-month supply. Now, it's common to say when you have a 4-month supply of something, it's a seller's market. When you have a 6% or 6-month supply, it's definitely a buyer's market. We are really just touching on the buyer's market right now when it comes to supply in the area of condos. Now, another thing that I look at is around 35% of properties in the MLS have had a price reduction. So not only is inventory rising, but pricing is getting a little bit more competitive because people are not selling. They're sitting on the market, so they're adjusting their price. Pending sales is down around 10%. Closed sales is down around 12% for condos, and it's taken about 20% longer for a property to sell. So it's sitting on the market a little bit longer. Now, I don't do rentals, but I'm hearing that rental occupancy is down around 15% this year. So we'll see at the end of the summer how that impacts the financials. But, if rentals are down, then that tends to mean that more properties come on the market after the rental season, at least the height of the rental season. And if we already have a good bit of inventory, then that tells us there's a possibility that could grow even more. So if you own a condo, you really need to be paying attention to this data if you're thinking about selling. Because if you're thinking about selling, there's a possibility you may want to do it sooner than later. Of course, I'm going to say again, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not trying to speculate. I'm only just sharing with you the facts. Everything that I said is straight out of the MLS. This is data that that we have access to as professional real estate agents. Let's shift into the residential market. The residential market is a little bit different than the condo market. People don't rely on rental income for most cases in the residential market, so that changes things. There's a 4-month supply. Now, remember, I said a 4-month supply is still a seller's market. but we were at a 1 month supply before. So there is a dramatic change when it comes to the inventory in the residential market also. I looked at just last month alone, in the month of May. In the month of May 2024, there was 792 residential homes coming on the market. And I'm not counting, by the way, new construction. I'm just counting resales. 792, which represented, compared to the same month last year, it was a 29% increase in inventory in month over month. So the same month in the previous year. So it's not as significant as the condo market, but the residential market is starting to change also. Pending sales are down around 4%. It's 10% for condos, 4% for residential homes. And closed sales are down around 8% compared to condos are down 12%, according to the MLS. Okay, so we can see there are changes going on. Now, are prices going down? No, prices have remained pretty flat. They haven't really been going up much. We haven't really seen signs of going down. So they've kind of like flattened out. That's what prices are doing. Now, we saw really sharp increases of appreciation over the last couple of years. We're not seeing depreciation, but we are seeing a flattening. It all makes sense though, right? Because if you look at the numbers that I'm sharing with you, it seems like a normal conclusion would be that the market would be, or market prices would be, flattening out. And just like the condo market, it is taking around 13% more time to sell a property. So it sits on the market about 13% more. The condo market is sitting on the market about 20% longer. So that's the data. So is the market changing, right? That becomes the question. What is the status of the current real estate market in Myrtle Beach? Well, every one of the numbers that I shared with you is different than what they were a year ago. And it's maybe not as positive. Will we see a crash? That is not I'm not thinking about crashes, not because I'm in denial. I just don't think we're going to have a crash. But do I think our market is softening? In my mind, and you'll have to make your own you'll kind of form your own opinion on the data that I just shared as to what does that mean. I believe it means the market is softening, not crashing, but softening. I really do think that. I think the condo market could be softening a little bit more, but I think both residential and condos are both softening. I'm not sure how we could formulate anything different out of the data that we've shared, or I've shared, but some people may look at this data and think that maybe it's just temporary and things will reverse. And that's quite possible. But I will say that I've been studying the data for quite a while, and every month it's been, getting a little bit softer and a little bit softer. So we're starting to see a pattern. Will that pattern be reversed? I sure hope so. But in the event there's any reason that you would want to sell your property, sell a condo, sell a home, for whatever reason, I sure would love for you to give me a call. I'm Greg Harrelson, of course, and you can reach out to me. I put my number right here on the screen. You can reach out to me at 843-457-7816 by phone or text, by call or text. Feel free to reach out to me. Again, I'm Greg Harrelson, Century 21, the Harrelson Group. Thank you for allowing me to be your real estate resource along the Grand Strand. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.